How to hold the fort to supersize your business. Of course, our idiom today, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, is hold the fort. This is one of those idioms I have used literally thousands of times, thousands and thousands of times. I've told it to my babysitters, I've told it to my folks that work with me in many, many businesses over decades. I grew up in a family where we played outside a lot, and we actually had forts in the woods, and we would choose sides, and the neighbor kids and my sisters and I, we do it with, but we used ponies sometimes. We pretended we were cowboys back in the cowboy and the old western days, or other times we just in the house built blanket forts. My mom, when we were little girls, built us blanket forts. We had a gazebo and we'd build forts in there, and we'd say hold the fort, and we'd play these different games of teams and sides, and we would battle each other, and we would try to capture each other's fort. And I passed that tradition on to my kids. I always made them blanket forts. I don't know if you ever played in blanket forts, but even as an adult, they're kind of fun. And my mother-in-law made blanket forts for my kids, as did I. So it's one of those traditions, at least where I'm from and in my family, that's been handed down from generation to generation of playing with blanket forts. And I even make them for my granddaughter. She prefers castles and princesses a lot of the time, but we're often battling and holding the fort in magical kingdoms with her. So what does hold the fort mean? It of course means to be temporarily responsible or for watching over a place, taking care of a place, or to fight off trouble, or to keep watch over something, to protect something in the owner's absence, or the person that's normally responsible's absence. So what does this have to do with building our businesses and growing our businesses? Well, number one, we need to be able to trust other people with our business when we're away. We create something and we want to know that it's in good hands, just like our children. We want to know when we hire a babysitter that our kids are in good hands when we're away. If we're out for dinner, or if we're away for a couple of days, we want to know that our children and our businesses, our babies, they're both our babies, right, are taken care of, and that somebody responsible is looking after them, and they're looking after them in the way that we would. Well, how do you do that? How do you ensure that's going to happen? Number one, you bring in the right people. You bring in people that you trust, and then you train them, and you give them the tools and the resources and the skills that they need to provide that level of support, to watch over and be responsible for things in your absence. I had an Italian food business for 35 years, and every day when I left, if I left before some of my employees or some of my teammates did, I always said, hey, hold the fort. Call me if you need me. You got my number. Right? I've got my phone number. It was just, it was kind of like a salutation, or saying goodbye to somebody. It was kind of like a greeting, when we leave people, we usually say something. We say goodbye, hey, have a great day, hold the fort, see you tomorrow, whatever. And hold the fort was just one of those phrases that came out of my mouth so often, it's almost second nature. So what's another way that you can hold the fort for your business besides using it as, hey, I trust you, hold the fort, take care of things in my absence? Or another way, we can think of it as holding space for the people that we serve, right? Not only training and giving the people that work with us to serve people the tools and the resources that they need to do that, but you can also give them the responsibility and the actual, the word's responsibility. Allow them to do their job. Trust that they are intelligent, amazing human beings. Otherwise, why are you working with them in the first place? And let them be responsible. Let them do their job. Let them help people. Let them serve your customers to the best of their ability. Be of service and give value to your employees, your teammates, your co-workers, your people that you partner with, to serve your customers, and hold space for your customers. Usually our customers come to us because they have some sort of a problem or a challenge that they want solved. Well, we can help them, guide them through that process, but also making it a smooth transition for them, holding the fort, holding space for them during whatever transition it is. And it's different for each of our type businesses, right? If I'm holding space for somebody in my Italian food business, it means I'm just having the products and services available that they want to make a nice dinner. If you're holding space for a coaching student that's going through a transformation and a transition, it's a lot different, but it's still holding space for people and giving them permission to transform and be who it is that they want to be in their business and in their life. Be the example, the leader that you want to see in your organization of how to be responsible and how to lead, because you know that if you're walking your talk and if you're doing what you expect people to do, if you're doing what you say you're going to do, that's setting the example for the people that you work with. Not only the people that you work with, but the people that you serve as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can hold the fort in your business. This is, of course, an expression that comes from the military. Almost every old Western book and movie in some way, shape, or form describes holding the fort for a battle or something. I guess back when there were castles, they would say, hold the castle or whatever, or storm the castle, and all those expressions. But as it transitioned to when forts were more common, it's a very American thing to have forts. I guess lots of places have forts. I'm trying to think of vacations I've been on when we actually toured different forts from different time periods. So lots of places have forts, but the thought of being responsible for something that you're normally not responsible for and watching out for it, stepping up and taking responsibility, is holding the fort. Love to know your experience with this idiom. I obviously have lots of experience with this idiom, but it might be totally different than the experiences that you've had. Share that in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you apply it to your business and your life right now? Take care. Bye. Hold the fort.